Now let's go on to the part 2 of our lecture, which is the buffer. Ngayon, ang buffer kasi guys, is under doon sa may acid-base equilibrium natin, and it is tackled on the topic on Analytical Chemistry 1, Lecture 7. And by the way, this PowerPoint is made by Dr. Joel R. Salazar, our current chairperson in the Department of Chemistry. Now, let's start. Oh, joke. Sumaitulo ko dyan. Let's skip that part. And punta tayo ngayon sa may equilibrium constant for weak acids. Now guys, kasi dito sa may weak acids natin is bakit ba natin kailangan ng equilibrium constant for the weak acids? Okay. Now dito kasi, yung kasing pH ng ating strong acids can be calculated directly using this formula. Nasa na ba? Using this formula. pH is equal to negative log of hydronium ion na natakal ninyo sa inyong general chemistry. Pero how do we measure the pH of a weak acid and weak bases? Now consider this equilibrium constant here, which is ito ay acid-base dissociation constant. Ang formula, simple lang naman ng formula, it's just product over reactant. The product of a chemical reaction over reactant. So therefore, the equilibrium or acid dissociation constant for our weak acids will be Ka is equals to hydronium ion times the acetate ion all over the weak acid in the equilibrium. Weak acid has a Ka of less than 1 and leads to small hydronium ion concentration and has a pH of 2 to 7. Now, para sa may base naman is kaya naman meron tayong base dissociation constant, yung kasing pOH can be measured directly if it is a strong base using this formula. Saan na ba yung mga itong mga pOH na ito. You can measure it directly if your species is a strong base or strong acid. Paano naman kapag weak? We will use this formula. Kb is equals to the protonated base times the hydroxide ion all over the concentration of the base. Now, ano bang relationship ng acid-base dissociation constant, hydronium ion, and pH? Now, in terms of increasing acidic strength, when we say acid, tumataas yung Ka and the hydronium ion, so therefore, pH decreases. And kapag when we are increasing the base strength, the Kb or base dissociation constant increases and the hydronium ion decreases. So ano bang mangyayari dyan? Kunwari, inaghalo natin yung Ka and Kb natin, yung weak acid and weak base. Mag-yield siya guys ng water. Kasi ang mangyayari dito, using the Hess law na natakal ninyo sa inyong general chemistry, the acetate ion will be cancelled or the conjugate base will be cancelled. And the weak acid will be cancelled, remaining water, hydrogen ion, and hydroxide ion, which form this product, which Ka and Kb is equals to Kw, and therefore our formula for this is Ka and Kb times Kb is equals to Kw. That is our first formula for the buffer part. Yan. And now, magkakaroon na tayo ng konting derivation dito. Let's say, for example, ang given ay Kb, and you are looking for Ka, is divided into Kw over Kb, and vice versa. Now, for the salts. Now, hindi natin ito natakal kanina sa may part 1 ng ating lecture. Kasi, now, I think, painggan nyo na lang ang sasabihin ko. When you mix a weak acid and a strong base, mag-yield kayo ng basic salt because strong base will predominate. And when you mix strong acid and weak base, magkakaroon tayo ng acidic salt because the strong acid will predominate the salt. Now, paano naman kapag strong acid na strong base? Mag-yield kayo ng neutral salt. Now, paano naman kapag weak base and weak acid? Now, it is Ka and Kb dependent. Now, makikita natin mamaya. Now, salt is the ionic product that is formed between the reaction of acid and base in a neutralization reaction. Now, the sodium chloride is the typical example for the reaction or acid-base reaction for the product of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. Now, the product of properties of the salt will depend upon the strength of the acid and base that form the salt. Okay. For example, paano ba natin malalaman kung acidic o basic yung ating weak acid or weak base? Ngayon, unang-una din yan is determine the value of Ka and Kb of acidic and basic portions of the salt. Largest K dominates to make the solution either acidic or basic, and so forth. Now, dito, the 0.100 molar of ammonium cyanide is acidic or basic. Okay. Ang mangyari rito is first identify kung ano ba is ito. This one is a product of a weak base, and this one, hydrocyanic acid. This one is the product of a strong acid. So therefore, this salt will be acidic because the conjugate salt, the ammonia, is a weak base. Now, paano naman ito? This compound here, C6H5NH3F. Now, this one here is a acidic salt. Acidic salt siya kasi hydrofluoric acid is a strong acid, and the C6H5N3 or the aminobenzene is just a weak base. Now, para ma-predict ninyo yung property ng salt natin from the product of acid or base, titingnan niyo yung Ka and Kb niya. Ang babasahin ko lang ito is when the Ka is greater than Kb, pH is acidic, so therefore the pH will be less than 7. When the Kb is greater than the Ka, so therefore your salt will be basic, so therefore the pH will be greater than 7. And the Ka, when equals to Kb, so mag-yield siya ng pH is equal to 7, which is neutral. Now, punta na tayo ngayon sa may buffers. Sir, ano po bang significance ng Ka and Kb sa may buffers na yan? Ganito yan. Ang buffers kasi is a solution of weak acid conjugate base pair, and it is resistant to pH changes even when a strong acid or base is added. Sa may experiment 1 nyo kasi guys, is ma-observe nyo, when the strong acid is added to the base, mag-change yung pH niya. Bababa yung pH, it's either bababa or tataas. Depende doon sa may property na ilalagay nyo. But the buffer itself will resist the pH changes. Kung halimbawa siya ay 6, nilagyan nyo ng acid, imbis na bababa, mananatili siyang 6. And pag nilagyan nyo siya ng base, imbis na tataas, mananatili siyang 6. So, ganun yung property ng buffer natin. Resist the pH changes even when strong acid or strong base was added. Now, okay. As definition earlier, yung buffers daw natin is a solution of weak acid and conjugate base pair. Now, let's try to answer the following question. Which of the following are buffer systems? Letter A. Is it a buffer or not? This one is a buffer because hydrofluoric acid is a weak acid. Tatandaan niyo guys na lagi ninyong titignan yung acidic component. Eh sir, sinabi niyo po kanina, strong acid po yung hydrofluoric acid. Depende yun kasi sa may katabi niya. Yung sinabi ko kanina is hydrofluoric acid is a stronger acid than doon sa may reactant niya. So therefore, hydrofluoric acid is a weak acid. So letter A is a buffer. Next, KBr and HBr. Is it buffer or not? This one is not a buffer because hydrobromic acid is not a weak acid but rather a strong acid. So this one is not a buffer. And how about sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate? Is it a buffer or not? Yes, this is a buffer because it contains a weak acid, which is the carbonic acid. Kaya siya ay buffer. Now, let's check our answer. Ano sabi natin kanina? Okay. A is a buffer, B is not a buffer, and C is a buffer. Tingnan natin. Oh, tumama. Oh, ay, hindi pa pala. Oh, buffer solution. Tumama. Kasi H, hydrofluoric acid, is a weak acid. Now, tingnan natin letter B. Oh, tumama na naman. Di ba? Not a buffer solution kasi nga hydrobromic acid is a strong acid. Now, tingnan natin yung C. Oh, buffer solution. Tumama na naman. Okay, so ganun lang. Titingnan nyo lagi yung component na acid niya para malaman niyo kung siya ba ay buffer. Now, sir, what about the case of base? Titingnan niyo naman, kung base naman is, titingnan niyo yung weak base and yung conjugate acid property niya para malaman niyo kung buffer ba siya. Now dito, as we discussed earlier guys, sinabi natin na yung buffer natin is nag-resist siya into pH changes when an acid or base was added. Now, tignan niyo itong graph na ito. Ito yung buffer natin at 4.0 and this one is unbuffered. As you added a concentration of reagents such as a base, since this is an acid, tumataas yung pH niya. Samantalang yung buffer natin is, syempre, lahat naman tayo may hangganan. Hindi naman tayo mananatili mag-resist kasi minsan tayo ay hindi natin kinaaya. Kaya bumibigay din tayo. Ayun, tumataas din yung pH niya. So may hangganan din yung buffers natin. Ganon. Hindi siya ganun ka-strong. May pagkamarupok din siya, guys. Kaya huwag niyo sasabrahan yung pag-a-add ng base or acid sa may buffer natin. Kasi tataas at bababa yung pH nun. Now, dito naman sa may buffers natin, as we discussed earlier, is ganito naman mangyayari. Ano bang nangyayari? Paano ba yung buffer action niya? Bakit niya nare-retain yung pH niya kahit na mag-add ka ng acid or base? Meron kasi tayong pina-follow na Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Now, from this principle, dito, this one is a balance here. Mag-add ka ng hydroxide ion or base, tataas yung concentration ng conjugate base. Kasi nga ito ay conjugate base, and this one is the acid part. Maglagay ka ng base, tataas yung concentration ng base, bababa yung concentration ng acid. And then, kapag naman nag-add ka ng acid, tataas yung concentration ng acid, bababa yung concentration ng base. So, ganun yung magiging kwan nito. So, that's it. Now, punta na tayo sa may buffer calculations. Now, paano ba natin ma-derive yung Henderson-Hasselbalch formula? Now, kung gusto niyo mag-derive sa may bahay ninyo is pwede niyo siyang gawin since hindi ako makapagsulat mamaya pa lang. Ayan, paano ba natin ma-derive yung Henderson-Hasselbalch equation? Okay, ang pinaka-equation lang dito guys is eto. pH equals to pKa plus log times the base, conjugate base, all over the acid. Paano ba siya nagmula? Nagmula siya dito sa may acid dissociation constant natin na diniscuss natin from the first part of our lecture. Dito siya nagamit. And using some sort of derivation, we will yield this equation, which is also known as the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Now, for the problem here, we will discuss this on the part 3 since hindi pa na-ready yung aking whiteboard dito sa may laptop and madadagdagan pa ng oras. So I will end my discussion here and we will proceed to part 3, which mainly focus on the problem solving and calculation. Thank you for listening, guys, and see you in the next part of our lecture in Module 1.